Welcome back to Global Facts, bringing you the latest news from around the world. Why are there not more people talking about the day the sun hijacked our world? On May 10, 2024, the world witnessed a phenomenon that would be remembered for generations. A colossal solar storm, later named the Gannon solar storm, slammed into Earth's magnetic field with a force that few had ever imagined possible. The sun, usually a symbol of warmth and life, became a source of chaos, sending a barrage of charged particles racing toward our planet at incredible speeds. This real-world event sent shockwaves through our modern world. Satellites lost contact, airplanes were rerouted or grounded, and even tractors in the heartland came to a sudden halt. Air traffic controllers scrambled to adapt, and farmers watched as their high-tech equipment failed under the storm's invisible assault. The Gannon storm was a stark reminder of just how deeply our daily lives depend on the delicate web of technology that connects us all. The Gannon storm, classified as a G5 class event, the most severe on the geomagnetic scale, became a planetary-scale stress test for our interconnected society. From the power grids of North America to the communication networks spanning continents, every system felt the strain. News outlets around the globe reported on the unfolding crisis, as scientists and engineers worked around the clock to assess the damage and restore critical infrastructure. The storm exposed vulnerabilities that had long been theorized but rarely experienced on such a scale. Cities plunged into darkness, people anxiously checked their phones for updates, and the world was forced to confront its own fragility in the face of cosmic power. It was a humbling moment, a reminder that despite our technological advancements, we remain at the mercy of forces far beyond our control. The storm was named after Dr. Jennifer Gannon, a pioneering scientist whose research had long warned of such possibilities. Thanks to her and her team, the event provided an unprecedented trove of data, offering scientists a rare opportunity to study the sun's impact on Earth in real time. The Gannon solar storm quickly became a cornerstone of solar research, shaping the way we understand and prepare for future space weather events. For the scientific community, it wasn't just a crisis, it was a goldmine of information. Instruments around the world recorded the storm's every move, and researchers collaborated across borders to analyze the data. The event sparked new questions and inspired a wave of innovation in space weather forecasting and preparedness. Tonight, we'll journey through the storm's far-reaching impact. From the surreal, shimmering auroras that danced over Japan and painted the skies in places where such sights were once unimaginable, to the grounded airplanes and the power grids that flickered under the aurora's glow, the Gannon storm touched every corner of our world. We will examine the scientific lessons learned, the new strategies developed for resilience, and the urgent question that now faces us all. Are we truly prepared for the next time the sun decides to hijack our world? The Gannon storm is not just a story about science and technology. It's a story about our survival, our ingenuity, and our place in a dynamic, unpredictable universe. It challenges us to rethink what it means to be prepared and resilient in the face of cosmic events. Join us as we delve into this extraordinary event, uncover its lessons, and explore how humanity can adapt and thrive, even when the sun itself becomes our greatest challenge. Solar storms have always been a dramatic and unpredictable part of our solar system's weather, sending bursts of energy and charged particles hurtling toward Earth. These cosmic tempests, though invisible to the naked eye, have shaped the course of human technology and understanding for centuries. The most legendary of these was the Carrington event of 1859, a solar superstorm so powerful that it lit up the night sky with auroras seen as far south as the Caribbean. Telegraph operators, the tech pioneers of their day, watched in disbelief as their equipment sparked, caught fire, and even delivered electric shocks. Telegraph systems, the backbone of global communication at the time, were set ablaze by the storm's electromagnetic fury. Yet in the pre-digital age, the damage was limited, disruptive, but ultimately manageable. As decades passed, technology evolved at a breathtaking pace. We built a world powered by electricity, interconnected by vast networks, and reliant on delicate electronics. With each leap forward, our vulnerability to solar storms quietly increased. In 1989, a much less intense solar storm than Carrington's triggered a massive blackout in Quebec, plunging 6 million people into darkness for hours. The event was a wake-up call, revealing just how dependent modern society had become on uninterrupted electricity. The blackout exposed the hidden fragility of our electrical grids, which can be overwhelmed by the sun's unpredictable outbursts. Transformers burned out, power lines failed, and cities ground to a halt. Scientists have long warned that another major solar storm is not just possible but inevitable. The potential for catastrophic damage grows as our world becomes more interconnected and reliant on sensitive electronics. Today, our intricate web of satellites, power grids, and communication networks is more sensitive than ever before. A single powerful solar storm could disrupt navigation, banking, and even emergency services worldwide. That's why space weather prediction has become a critical field. Agencies like NASA and NOAA now monitor the sun around the clock, using advanced satellites and computer models to provide early warnings and help protect our infrastructure. This long history of solar storms, from Carrington to Quebec, set the stage for the chaos of May 2024. A moment when the sun once again reminded us of its awesome power. The Gannon storm was a stark and sobering reminder of just how fragile our technological civilization truly is, and how much we still depend on the whims of our star. The Gannon solar storm struck at a moment no one could have predicted, right in the middle of a high-stakes NASA crisis simulation. What was meant to be a routine exercise, designed to test the nation's readiness for a hypothetical disaster, suddenly became a real-time emergency. The line between simulation and reality blurred in an instant, as the team found themselves facing the very scenario they had been preparing for. The room, once filled with the controlled tension of a drill, erupted into genuine urgency. Alarms blared, and the staff's practiced responses were put to the ultimate test as the simulated crisis became a real one. As the first alerts of the G5-class solar storm came in, the team had to immediately pivot from theoretical plans to hands-on crisis management. Every protocol, every decision now carried real-world consequences. The exercise transformed into a live-fire test of the nation's preparedness, pushing every system and individual to their limits. The pressure was immense, but so was the opportunity to learn. The event underscored the relentless challenge of staying prepared for space weather threats. Solar storms are unpredictable, and their effects can cascade across technology, infrastructure, and daily life. That's why agencies regularly run drills, to expose weaknesses, refine strategies, and ensure that when a real crisis hits, they're not caught off guard. These exercises are more than just practice, they're a vital part of national security. The timing of the storm meant that key players were already assembled, focused, and in a crisis response mindset. This rare alignment allowed for a rapid, coordinated reaction that might not have been possible otherwise. The experience quickly became a unique case study in emergency management, offering invaluable lessons for future preparedness. Experts would later analyze every decision, every outcome, to improve response strategies. Real-time data proved absolutely critical. Emergency responders relied on up-to-the-minute information to make decisions that could protect lives and infrastructure. The storm didn't just test technology, it tested the human systems of cooperation, communication, and adaptability under pressure. Teams had to trust each other and the systems they built. Ultimately, the Gannon solar storm was a planetary-scale threat that respected no borders, reminding us that in the face of space weather, global cooperation and constant vigilance are essential. The Gannon storm's charged particles hit Earth, causing the magnetosphere to buckle. This energy dump heated the thermosphere, soaring temperatures to over 2,100 degrees Fahrenheit. The atmosphere expanded, affecting low Earth orbit satellites with increased drag. NASA's ICESat-2 and European satellites had to adjust to maintain orbits. Smaller spacecraft like NASA's SERB CubeSat deorbited early due to drag. The storm injected massive radiation into near-Earth space. SERB CubeSat detected 2 new temporary radiation belts, surprising scientists. These findings revealed dynamic changes in Earth's radiation environment. The storm posed a significant threat to satellites and future space missions. It was a vivid demonstration of our planet's vulnerability to solar events. The storm created a spectacular global aurora display, pushing lights to rare latitudes. Aurorasaurus received over 6,000 reports from 55 countries. Social media captured the awe of seeing the sky dance with ethereal colors. In Japan, rare magenta auroras were observed at astonishing altitudes. These auroras confirmed extreme atmospheric expansion affecting satellites. The Gannon storm turned a scientific crisis into a spectacle of beauty. The Gannon storm impacted aviation, agriculture, and power grids. Airlines rerouted flights to avoid radiation and communication blackouts. In the Midwest, GPS-guided tractors lost accuracy, disrupting agriculture. Farmers faced costly delays, highlighting space weather's economic impact. The power grid felt the strain, with geomagnetically induced currents threatening transformers. High-voltage lines tripped offline, avoiding widespread blackouts. The incident underscored the grid's fragility and need for vigilance. Space weather is now a tangible economic factor affecting daily life. The storm was a powerful illustration of our technological vulnerabilities. It was a wake-up call for building more resilient systems. The Gannon storm also hit Mars, providing a rare study opportunity. NASA's MAVEN observed auroras engulfing the planet due to its lack of a global magnetic field. The storm temporarily blinded Mars Odyssey's star camera. Curiosity rover captured evidence of the solar onslaught. Its RAD instrument recorded the largest radiation surge since landing. This data is crucial for planning future human missions to Mars. The storm was a sobering rehearsal for interplanetary exploration challenges. It highlighted the severe radiation environment astronauts would face. The Gannon storm's journey to Mars was a critical learning experience. The Gannon solar storm left a rich scientific legacy. It provided data that will fuel research for years. The detection of temporary radiation belts changed our understanding of space weather. The storm validated scientific models and predictions. It exposed vulnerabilities in our infrastructure and economy. The event spurred conversations about building resilient systems. Preparedness efforts were validated with core systems holding. The storm was a severe test, but we largely passed. It showed our weaknesses and confirmed our strengths. The Gannon storm was a powerful wake-up call for future preparedness. The Gannon solar storm was a dramatic reminder of our cosmic place. It showed our world is linked to the sun's moods. The event was a warning, not the feared Carrington repeat. Our preparations are working, but vulnerabilities remain. We must invest in space weather prediction and resilient infrastructure. Public awareness and literacy about space weather risks are crucial. The Gannon storm is a story of our dynamic planet and universe. Understanding this relationship is vital for survival and prosperity. The sky is an active arena. We must keep watching it. The storm was a call to remain curious, vigilant, and humble.